shorter episode.
Okay, so who's your favorite pop star right now?
Good question. I don't know. I think Taylor Swift still ranks pretty high for me, but Sabrina Carpenter is like this new hot sensation. But there's like a new generation of these like Disney stars that are now like crazy, insanely big pop stars. Olivia Rodrigo for being one. Like good for you.
No, I know, yeah, we know the songs.
Yeah. So,
but who's your favorite? Your favorite is still Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she still ranks supreme for me.
Is she putting out new? She put out new music?
She put out some new music not too long ago. Like there was a new album that came out in December called Midnights last year. Then there was Tortured Poets that came out over like the summer.
What was that one called again?
The Tortured Poets Department.
It's so uppity. I don't like it.
TTPD. And then she's re-releasing one of her old albums, Reputation. It should be coming out soon. We've been all guessing that it was going to be like
all of us have been. Watch that hand, bro. That last episode is not going to be good.
I know. I'm going to be so mad at myself. Yeah, it was like 4 months ago. People thought it was going to be released. Then like
what are you in like the Reddit underground of
no, it's just like I also
on?
thought like sometimes shit like that just like shows up on my For You page on TikTok and stuff too.
People are speculating.
People are. So then they thought Reputation was going to be released a little while ago. It has not, but I still think that she's just up there for me. But Sabrina Carpenter did go on tour with Taylor for a lot of her like European leg-ish. Like I think it's the European leg that she went along for. And I think that totally helped Sabrina Carpenter's career, and she's like massive. I mean, Espresso is like a song that's just everywhere right now. I
didn't know this is how like the rock that I live under is mighty. I didn't know who she like. This in 2024. Yeah, I didn't know who she was. Okay, I didn't know any songs by her, and then somebody told me, "Oh yeah, she was the friend on Girl Meets World." I go, yes. Wait, what? Really?
Yes, yes.
So, did not know that.
Disney star. She was the friend from Girl Meets World, and then Olivia Rodrigo was on
the show with Jake Paul. I never watched it. Jake Paul was on that show.
Hold on.
Oh fuck.
I'm blanking. Hold on.
I feel like I know the name of it.
Bizaardvark.
Yeah.
Which that was a very weird show.
I mean, it's called fucking Bizaardvark.
Like they were like two girls in school that like would make songs about like random stuff. It was a strange show.
I didn't watch any of this.
But Disney just cultivates these little like pop stars because now they're like two of the biggest, littlest pop stars ever.
Littlest ever.
Yeah, because like think about pop stars right now, right? Like we have the OGs. Like OGs meaning like OGs to current day, and we're not talking about like way back when of like
like
Britney.
My era.
No, like Britney and whatever else. But like currently we have like Ariana, Selena, Demi Lovato. I mean, you could put like so many people into that realm of like.
Does Selena Gomez still like? Is she make?
She hasn't made music in a while.
I feel like that song she was featured on last year that was everywhere.
Is it The Wolves? I've been running through the jungle.
No,
to you.
It's everywhere on the radio. What the heck is it called?
Oh, the one that had the.
I hate it now. It's
not reggae music.
It was, I can't. Calm down, something like that. Yeah.
Baby, come down. That
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much.
Yeah. So she hasn't really put out music, but you would say that arguably she's probably like some of the more recent pop stars.
Yeah, you can't say OG. OG goes back a ways.
That's why I had to like correct myself. But like now we go to current pop stars. And like, you know, Selena doesn't really put out music anymore. Demi stays away from the pop stuff. So like current pop stars.
Is she not doing music either?
She is. She's doing more like rock stuff. A lot of it's more like rock.
Well, she's from Camp Rock.
Camp Rock. Camp Rock.
What about Grande?
She's working on Wicked and like theater stuff a lot. I mean,
she's doing theater stuff?
Yeah. I mean, like she's always been a theater kid. Like that's kind of who she is. Like she was a theater kid before she became anything else.
When she was on that show, Sam and Cat. Oh yeah, I don't even know her from that. The Sam and Cat. The voice.
Like that.
God. Awful.
I can't even do it justice.
Awful, dude. Awful.
So, like, I guess currently right now you have people like Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo. Tate McRae. That is... Would you like to talk about your homegirl, Tate McRae?
Not really.
Joe has
she has good music. It's not bad.
Joe has the hots for Tate McRae.
I didn't realize that she was only 21.
I know, she's a baby.
She doesn't look it. She looks like she's an easy 25.
It sounds so bad still, though.
What? Well, I know it's kind of bad now because I don't mentally. I don't think I'm 36.
I know.
I don't feel like I'm. When I hear like 25 or 28, I'm like, oh, that's
You're like, not bad.
That's not that bad. It wasn't that long ago. I'm like, fuck, I'm like deep into my 30s now.
Yeah, not bad. But yeah, so she's young. I mean, they're all young. Sabrina Carpenter's young.
But she's old. She's like 25, 26.
Sabrina?
I think so.
Let's see.
I do like Espresso. And then she's got that other song.
She's 25.
Yeah. What's the other song she's got?
She has a lot right now. But the one where she made out with
yeah. Which side note was a great video. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it was like an ode to Death Becomes Her. If you've ever seen that movie, that's really what it is.
Interesting.
And it was so good.
Okay. And then Olivia Rodrigo's only 21, so she's also a baby.
Yeah.
But I would say like between those three, and then I mean you have Miley Cyrus, who
she's kind of like an OG now.
She's an OG now, I think. You have Billie Eilish, who
is she pop?
I wouldn't consider her a pop star though.
No.
Like none of her songs are very like.
She's kind of like a Post Malone. She's in her own lane, kind of.
Yeah, like Birds of a Feather is like a very like it's very like calming. Like there's nothing.
I always wondered what are her concerts like? Because on record, it's like she's whispering.
People vibe with it so hard. Like people love Billie Eilish concerts.
How does she sing?
The same way. Like it's just like very like soft.
It sounds like she's just tickling my eardrums.
It like feels nice.
It's like ASMR.
Maybe that's why people love it so much.
Well,
she's also very talented.
What she has a song that I like too. It's like an older one though. Oh man. It's like when she's like bleeding black in the like she's wearing white and she's like bleeding black and she's crying black.
Let's see. Let's go into old music.
Jeez.
Maybe
I could probably find it. I don't remember.
Is it Bad Guy? I'm a bad
No.
Duh. That's more poppy, no?
Yeah, it is. She probably toes the line of, she's poppy, kind of.
But I feel like her current stuff is not poppy.
What's her current stuff like?
It's the Birds of a Feather, like the one I just kind of half-assing.
Oh. I don't think I've seen this.
That.
I've not heard this tune.
Is that pop? I don't think that's pop.
That's kind of poppy.
Is it pop? Okay, so I guess let's put her in that. And then another one, which she's been around for a hot second, but for some reason she's gotten like a little resurrection, Charlie XCX.
I don't know anything that she sings. The song I was thinking of from William Eyelash is When the Party's Over.
Can you play it for a second? Why can't I think of it? I know it. Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful song.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I like the video.
All right, Charlie XCX. You might know some old stuff, but she's the one who sings that song that's like everywhere. Why can't I go?
Is this a TikTok dance or?
Yeah, it's everywhere. All the celebrities.
Is this new? All the celebrities are doing it, everybody.
Yeah.
So wait, let me ask you a serious question on this.
Well, that's why it blew up. Yes.
Yeah. Did you already make a version of this?
No.
Are you going to?
No, it's old news now.
It's like 3 weeks ago. It's old news.
Old news now. No,
I've never heard this song.
Brat. The album's called Brat, and it was supposed to be that it was a brat summer this summer. It's like this like.
What does that mean?
Everyone was wearing this like chartreuse green and I don't know.
What kind of green?
Is it chartreuse? Hold on. I think it's called chartreuse. Chartreuse.
Bro. What?
Green.
Why is that? Why is it so specific?
Yeah, chartreuse. It's that color.
Why is it so specific, though?
I don't know, but...
And what is the vibe of this?
What does Brat Summer mean? That's a very popular... Brat Summer is a viral trend and style aesthetic inspired by Charli XCX's album. It's characterized by a bold, carefree attitude and a distinctive fashion style that's edgy and Y2K inspired. The Brat look is a combination of party girl lifestyle and a polished edge. So everyone was saying that it was a Brat Summer this summer.
This is the first time I've heard that was a thing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, being off of social media the whole summer.
Great.
Glad I missed Brat Summer. But because when I came back on social media, the shit that people post.
Not a fan?
No.
Including my own.
Yeah, bro, you throw some shit against the wall sometimes.
I try. This is another one. So she's big in the pop. And then she came out with some stuff like a while ago, which is very weird because like she did stuff with like Lorde. Like,
oh yeah, does she still make music?
I don't think so. Should we look up like what happened to Lorde?
Could we?
What happened to
I'm just
Lorde?
Dying to know.
Why has in September 2023, Lorde shared a newsletter with fans about her physical and mental health. She said she's been dealing with ongoing health issues, including inflammation, gut issues, and skin problems. She also shared that she stopped taking a medication that she'd been on since she was 15. So it looks like she took a step back from the limelight.
You know who else did that? Because this song came up not that long ago, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever happened to that guy? Tayo Cruz. Yeah, he kind of...
It's been a hot second since he put out anything, huh?
Yeah, he was over the whole spotlight thing, from what I read.
Good for him.
He's just like, nah, this shit ain't for me.
One and done. He was like, you know what?
I'm sure he makes other music or produces it, but as far as being like...
the face of it.
He's like, nah, fuck this shit.
Like, he got a taste of it and he's over it. Like, he doesn't want it for himself.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess, weird enough, like, back in the day, there were plenty of pop stars. So, like, current
Hillary
pop
Duff
stars,
was obviously.
How could I forget?
She was a pop star.
But like currently right now, I would say that like this generation of it, there's very few. So Tate McRae, Sabrina, Olivia, Charli XCX, and I guess Billie. There's 5 of like the current.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna throw this out there
generation.
though. Because of the vocals and the dancing.
You love Tate McRae.
Tate McRae is like what you would consider the new age Britney.
I would confidently say that too. But she doesn't have the widespread notoriety of Britney. Yet, at least. But, like, that girl started with, during, like, COVID, like, right before COVID. She was doing YouTube videos. Like, her music video was, like, something she did on her phone, like, it was during COVID. It was one of her biggest songs at the time that blew her up on TikTok. But was that You Broke Me First? Or? Yes.
Yeah.
She was on a roof of like a mall with a car and they used their phone and she recorded a music video.
See?
Got to start from somewhere.
Sometimes you don't need the budget for, you just have to have a good idea
behind it.
You don't need the budget.
And good vocals. Like she had good vocals.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's got talent for sure. It's just
she has this very like raspiness to her that I like. Yeah. I like it.
It's kind of like Miley. Miley has like a little bit of a rasp to her voice.
Yeah, hers is like a little more like pronounced. This has a more like Miley's is more like it's a more pronounced raspiness versus Tate's is a more like sexy. Like I didn't know where I was going with it, but she has a more like sexy raspiness. It's supposed to be like seductive. Yeah, I mean there's so many times where people are comparing her to Britney in the way that Britney did this like baby voice, right? Like her true singing voice is not that voice. It's this like babyfied. So like Tate's voice is very like it comes from like the throat. I don't know. It has this like rasp to it. It's very cool. And she just dropped a music video that you absolutely loved. And
what are you talking about?
It was a tribute though to one of Britney's music videos where it like, I can't remember what song it was, but like in one of Britney's music videos, she got arrested for like public nudity by the police.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it was the same thing. It was like it started someplace, all this stuff happened, and then it ended at where it started. And Tate's did the same thing where it started someplace with her drinking this like soda behind a box truck going by. And then it does all this stuff, public nudity, whatever else.
Oh, shit.
And then goes back to the very beginning. So she makes a lot of like not so subtle hints too, as like a tribute to Britney.
She was at an award show and she wore like the same like
outfit?
see-through black thing that Britney wore to like the VMAs or something.
I think she's like really playing into it then in that case, which is good for her because like you said, she has the talent behind it. Like if there's one thing about this generation of like pop stars is that each one of them are like categorically very different. So Olivia Rodrigo has this like female rage. Like she's like good for you. Like you cheated on me. Like that stuff. Like a lot of it's not really like it's singing, but it's not. It's not.
It's more like punky pop kind of.
Yes. And then Sabrina Carpenter has this very like 1960s
like pinup doll kind of
pinup
look.
doll, like Marilyn Monroe, like sex appeal.
But I like that she goes there, like with the music video, and the death becomes her, the killing, and then in the other video, like what does she say, motherfucker, and she's kind of like she's vulgar about it.
Yes, so she's cool. She has this like very cool vibe character that she's leaning into right now.
Yeah.
So then you have these two. So you have punk rock, you have that. Then you have Tate McRae, who's like a modern day Britney of like singing, dancing, like sex appeal, that kind of stuff. Then you have Billie Eilish, who's completely in a different category.
She's like the new metal version of pop.
She's
and I mean that with like
like an Avril Lavigne, but like like she just like doesn't care what she wears. She doesn't want anyone to like think of her.
That's what I think is cool about it. She's like the new metal. She like when new metal came out, people were like the old school heads were pissed off, like fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And like, they were like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Don't listen to it.
So like that's kind of where like her lane is. And then who was someone else that we just mentioned? Those four, Charlie XCX, which is, she's been around for a little while, so I wouldn't even call her necessarily. She's just had like a rebirth or like a rebrand through this whole like brat summer thing. But she goes into this like very like retro, like pop, like what bubblegum poppy type thing. Like that's kind of where she is. So each one of these modern day pop stars are just their own separate little thing. It's very interesting. We all know who your favorite is. I think of the modern, I think Tate McRae might be also my favorite.
Oh, so then shut the fuck up.
But I don't think she's like
who's your
hot.
all time? You don't
like,
think you don't think
hot.
she's attractive?
No, I think she's hot, but like I don't want to do her.
I don't either. I mean, she's
you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, she's with the kid LaCroix. I keep saying LaCroix.
Leroy. Yes. Yeah. Yes. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember because you threw me off. Who's your all-time favorite pop star?
Okay. I want to say not Beyonce. I want to say Britney because Britney like shaped my whole childhood. Like that Britney Christina. I think I listened to more Britney than Christina, but I loved Christina till no end. But I think Shakira is pretty up there for me. Like as a kid, I listened to Britney and Shakira, and those two were like homegirls for me. So I think
I don't think she gets enough credit, really.
Who, Shakira?
Yeah,
she does in like other countries. I think it's just not enough here.
Yeah,
like she did in the early 2000s, like late 90s here. Yeah, but I think like just everywhere else, Brazil, like
she's huge. I mean,
huge.
Look at her YouTube and see how many music videos she has. Over 1 billion.
I'm not surprised.
It's more than I think it's more than 3.
I'm not
which
surprised.
Is over 1 billion is ridiculous.
So who's like your all-time favorite pop star?
I don't know.
Hilary Duff was up there for me. Don't get it twisted. I owned every album. I mean, you still own every album.
I went to the concert. I have T-shirts.
Yes.
Her songs hit different because when I listen to them, it just immediately brings me back to like 2005, 2006.
Okay. So would you say that she's your all-time favorite then?
I don't know. Britney's got some good hits too, though.
I think it's tough for me. I think we might both be in the same. So it's like Hillary and Britney, but for me, add a little Shakira in there.
Shakira's good too. I like Shakira.
Like I loved J-Lo, but now knowing the kind of J-Lo the kind of person.
No,
J-Lo
you gotta
is,
separate
like,
the two. You gotta separate the two. It's like O.J. Simpson. He's a football player, but he's also a murderer, allegedly. So like you gotta
separate the two.
You gotta separate the two. We're not talking about her as a human. We're talking about her as an artist.
Okay,
because J-Lo's got some hits too.
She does, and like Selena really was like one of my like. I loved it. I could have watched that movie a billion times over.
I think that was the perfect casting
for her to have her.
Uh-huh.
Oh, absolutely.
I couldn't picture anybody else playing Selena.
I couldn't either. I think she has that like dancing, the choreography, like something about her look. Like I just think that they nailed it with her for sure.
Yeah,
she was like a diamond in the rough for that casting, and it blew her up, rightfully so. But
also like I mean, there's male pop stars too, and bands, boy bands.
Boy bands were like the bigger things of like the 90s and stuff like that. But
Backstreet Boys are still number one.
But that's a boy band though.
It's pop.
But if you had to say like pop artist,
solo JT is tough to beat. You got to look at his records.
Michael Jackson was like
Janet. People sleep on Janet. Might have more hits.
You love Janet.
She might have more hits than Michael. But Michael's
Michael.
Michael, I know. It's tough.
I know. What about Jewel? Who can say
what about Jewel?
Your soul.
Even the Biebs. I like the Biebs.
I know, I do love Biebs. But now we're getting into newer stuff again.
Yeah.
We're talking about like, if my mom or any parent is watching this, they're going to be like, that's old. But I'm talking about like old for me, like 90s. Like,
yeah, because that's old.
Like Aaron Carter probably was one of the few solo artists of the 90s and early 2000s.
Well, then it kind of skates on the line of like this R&B artists too that kind of cross over
into some pop industries.
Kind of like Toni Braxton's high on my list.
Yeah. Is Mario? No, Mario's
kind of R&B though. You know what I mean? It's like they can kind of go both ways.
Yeah.
Depending on their songs.
Do you think that any of the current pop artists that are like this new generation of ones, do you think any of them will have like a very prolonged career? Like, do you think they'll always be remembered, or are they going to have this like, are they going to become someone like, someone who comes up with like a few songs like Lorde, you know, she had a few albums. Obviously she stepped away for like personal reasons, but maybe not, they don't step away for personal reasons, but maybe they just kind of like fade out. Do you think any of them have a prolonged career?
I think they all probably have a shot to because they're talented. I think a lot of it hinges on their celebrity.
Consumer? Oh, okay.
Because I think a lot of them get sick of being in the limelight.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's times where they dip in and out. It's like they want to live somewhat of a normal life.
Yeah.
It's not that none of them aren't talented enough or, you know, they're good songwriters, or even if they have a ghostwriter, they can still perform.
Yeah.
You know, they all put on good shows on their concerts. Their concerts sell out. So I don't think it's anything talent-wise. I think it's more of, it'll come down to the limelight. You know, like you look at what happened with Britney.
Yeah.
Britney was like the first wave of getting harassed by paparazzi. So I think there's more and better protocols in place, but
rightfully so.
It's probably just whether they get sick of it or not.
I guess we'll see what happens then. My bets are Sabrina's going to do really well forever, ever, I think, because she has this like new wave of energy that also Taylor has like clearly backed up, and Taylor has a strong influence, whether you like her or not, on the youth. So
I like early T Swift. We talked about this. I don't not like Taylor Swift.
I know. I just had to say it for the people out
who
there
hate her,
that don't like her. Like whether you like her or
because
not,
she's everywhere.
Influence.
So
like,
eventually, people just get annoyed when they see somebody all the time.
I get it. So I think she'll do well. I don't think Tate McRae gets enough love, really. Like she came to Boston. She went to Fenway, MGM at Fenway. Versus like Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina came and they went to TD Garden. Like I feel like Tate could have taken on a venue as big as.
But you know what though? I mean, other than that other song, like I think this year is where she's really popped.
Really?
I think so, right? I mean,
there were some songs last year that were really
Greedy
big.
came out this year, didn't it? Or did it come out last year?
Let's see this real quick.
Because it was Greedy, then it was X's. Now it's this. It's okay. I'm okay. Like, I feel like this is the year where she's really popping.
2023 was Think Later, Greedy. 2023, It's Okay, I'm Okay is this year.
But X's and Greedy that came out as singles last year.
This year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what, like, now she's really hitting her stride. I mean,
which is funny because like I've liked her stuff from like last year and the year before that. But I guess maybe it just wasn't.
But Greedy was a very big.
I
That's got to be her biggest song. That thing was everywhere.
Let me see.
But also, you got to look at Carpenter and Rodrigo had backings from Disney because people knew who they were already, so they were probably already following them before they got really into the singing.
True. Yeah, true. That song was everywhere. There are other songs that I guess I didn't realize that they didn't get as much love. 2021, it's called She's All I Want to Be. But like, yeah. And then there was I can't think of it right now, but there was another one. Oh gosh.
I only know the Greedy and then the one that was You Broke Me First. And then it was X's was like the next big one.
Yeah, Hate Myself. That's what it was. This was a big one before. I don't
know that one.
Yeah, there was a...
Well, if you go to her videos, what's the most popular video?
Well, that's a good question.
Because I feel like that's what's gonna...
Tate McRae. Okay. So It's Okay, I'm Okay is at 18 million. Good for her. 18 million. Feel Like Shit, which is one of the ones that I really love.
Wait, It's Okay, I'm Okay is her most popular video?
No, I'm going through each one right now.
Oh, no, I just want the most popular one.
Well, I'm looking.
Go to YouTube, hit videos, hit popular.
Oh.
And it's going to show you.
You broke me first.
Okay. So after that one, what's the next one after that one? Because that one came out a few years ago.
Greedy.
Okay. All right, then the next one.
She's All I Want to Be, which is an older song.
Okay, and then the next one. I'm wondering if it, like, X's. Okay. And then the other, and what's X's at right now?
X's is at 41 million. It came out 11 months ago.
And what was Greedy at?
Greedy is at 162 million.
So 162, 40 something, and then 18. So, I mean, you got 3 videos that are getting you over 200 million in a year. Yeah. That's why this is the year she's popping.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
So, I mean, her selling out the MGM at what was it, Boston?
Yeah. In Boston. She did MGM.
I mean, she doesn't have to do these big shows right now because she's kind of like on her way up.
That's true. That makes sense. I guess I was like thinking of, so there's a song that I like called She's All I Want to Be. That was 2 years ago with 70 million. But like truly this year she put out like back to back to back songs that have done consistently like really, really well.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good for her.
Good for her.
We'll see. You want to go to the concert together when she comes around next year?
Is she coming around next year?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, you will.
My concert budget this year was
bigger than mine. You want to talk about when we do our year-end entertainment budget recaps?
I know. I can't wait for that episode.
Yep.
But again,
you gave me shit last year. This year, my tally is
0 for concerts?
I haven't gone to a single concert this year.
Oh my God, dude. I went to so many good ones.
I went to one. I went to Sad Summer Fest.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a $30 ticket.
That's fair. So I was actually supposed to go to another one. Was it this year or last year? It was the Massachusetts is for Lovers, and it got basically fucking stripped away.
Year, I believe.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
It got stripped away basically and virtually canceled.
Yeah.
Because they just did not sell enough tickets. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'll do my calculations for that because there's some that I went to that was either a gift or Limp Bizkit was a gift, bro. It was a birthday gift.
Okay. All right.
So
because I know you and you're going to be like, oh, Metallica, I bought the tickets last year, so that doesn't count. It's
it doesn't count for this year's budget because I bought it in January 2023.
Anyway.
How would it count for this year's budget, bro?
I hate that for me.
I don't.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shout out.
Bro, I can't with you.
I need to go to bed.
I can't.
Shout out Heather. Shout out Gabby. Shout out Skylar Bats. Just to shout her out for shits and giggles because we love her. Shout out Joe's mom. Shout out
Babs
Dawn.
doesn't watch. Actually, they did watch. What episode did they watched one. Because John's in town. They watched one. I forget what it was.
I don't know. Probably one of the ones where I was like...
Terrifier.
Oh.
No.
Girlisms?
Oh. It was the one where I said I was afraid of...
Your mom seeing it?
No. Well, maybe, actually.
Because there was one more recently that we filmed that I was like... Watch your mom watch this one.
Oh, the fire one. That's not that one. It was the one where I said I was afraid of the old lady from The Nanny.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, well, anyway, guys, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.